Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, and you know, I don't blame him because, you know, he had 4 other kids before he had 4 with my mom.
Yo, he needs condoms.
My dad has. I have 13. I have 13 siblings. My mom has 4 plus me, so 5, and then my dad has
8.
No,
7.
No, he has 11.
Oh,
pussy clot.
I just wanna keep it here right now.
Welcome back, guys. How you guys doing today? We got some special guests here today with us. We're continuing our series with the Who Cheats More between men and women. I'll let our guests go ahead and introduce themselves.
me. I'm Alejandra.
I'm Andrea.
I'm Aris.
Alright, and then we're just gonna, for our last video that we had with Jamal and, did we count TK? Nah. We got off a male's perspective on what they think of who cheats more between men and women. So we wanted to bring some girls on just to see their perspective on it and what they think and how they feel. Kind of what we said. I don't know if they know what we said. If you guys didn't watch our video.
Basically, just to make a long story short, we said that women cheat more. We debated on why we believe they cheat more, whilst trying to defend men. Not doing a fantastic job, but doing good enough. So, in this episode, we're going to let the ladies defend themselves if they choose so, or if they want to
agree with us.
You know, if they want to agree with us, they can. I'd hope not, just to make it interesting, but we'll see how it goes. So, who wants to go first? Matter of fact, Aris.
Who cheats more?
Men or women, and why?
I would say men, because most of the times, if a relationships ends, it's always men cheating. If women do cheat, they're a little more sneakier with it, and men are just very sloppy when it comes to cheating. They get caught right away.
That's gonna come back to bite you. Go ahead, Andrea.
So for me, I would say it honestly just depends on the person and the type of person you're with.
That's dry.
I think it's more women, to be honest.
That's my girl right there. Y'all can leave.
I don't know. I just think it's more girls than men for some reason.
I can see it.
Okay, see, one of the main points that I was trying to bring up in the last video that I didn't get to come across properly is what Aris just stated. Women are more sneakier with it, so they're more prone to do it knowing they'll get away with it. Men, on the other hand, they'll try and be slick with it, but they'll leave it sloppy and get caught. But that's just because men only cheat on sexual urges, and women tend to cheat for a desire of something different. Women tend to cheat because they want something else. They want something more out of the relationship. Any hole that's missing in the relationship, they'll fill for someone else. They'll use someone else to fill that hole, but stay in the relationship. Whilst men, the only hole they need filled is the hole they're filling, so to speak.
Either they need a hole to fulfill, they have their significant other to refill that.
Okay,
because
sometimes no relationship that's perfect.
Yeah, sometimes
there's always going to be holes.
With that, I mean, not with.
If there's gonna be holes, I'd rather just not.
Not that I have any any what's that word? Any experience when it comes to cheating, but I know what some guys like. I mean, sometimes guys are very different from girls. I feel like guys are more sex drive than girls are.
I think we act more on our sexual urges, but I think women are more horny than men.
Okay, then
women stay horny.
I guess I can go with that, but I feel like with men, you know, there's times where girls don't want to do it, and guys are like, well, what the fuck, you know? There's times when girls are pregnant. I feel like that's when guys cheat the most. Is when girls, when they're pregnant. I feel like that's when
you should have the most sex.
Well, some guys.
That's like doctor's orders. You're supposed to have a lot of sex because it helps alleviate pain during.
Well, some guys just don't want to deal with that.
They feel like it's weird. Some guys don't really.
I'm not discrediting the idea.
Like they're gonna hurt the baby or something.
Yeah. That's foolishness.
But stuff like that,
I feel like if you pack him like that, you shouldn't be having it.
But I feel like, you know, there's things that stop women from wanting to have sex, and guys are just like, well, I don't want to wait on you. If that you know how.
Then they go find like someone else.
Yeah, and they'll find someone easier.
All right, so I'm sure, or I'm assuming, or presuming rather, that you have friends that have cheated on either side.
Don't need a name drop if you don't want to.
Don't name drop, because that's just disrespectful. But, I mean, if you want to, you can, but that ain't me. I ain't gonna do it. The point being is, what do you think their reasons were?
As to why they cheated?
Or, yeah.
Like the guy or the girl?
Either one.
Ooh, they're not doing well in their own relationship, so they're trying to find something else to fulfill their happiness.
Which one was that? Was that a guy or a girl?
That's a girl.
I knew that. I knew it from the spot. As soon as she said it, trying to fulfill another, just peep the dog, you know. But what about you two, Mrs. Mustache?
I think if a girl cheats, I feel like she's just looking for more, not attention, but just someone who's willing to actually listen to them and pay attention to them and just give them the time.
So attention.
But not like that. Not like that.
Validation is the actual. Okay, Uwe, y'all see him at some point. Uwe, he says the keys to relationships per se are this: women hold the key to sex, because if they say no, it'll be rape. You know what I mean? So women hold the keys to sex. Men hold the keys to relationship, because as soon as you start having sex, the woman automatically wants more, and if the man says no, then there is no relationship. So on that basis, women will always leave the relationship to seek out more in terms of relationship, and men will always leave the relationship for sex.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like the way that was put.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
I kind of agree.
But why do you think that is? As women, why do you think that is?
Because
like,
what if their man...
I don't want you to put yourself out, but like, if you were going to per se leave your relationship, not cheat, but leave your relationship, on what basis would it be on? It's not going to be sex, is it?
I would leave if they weren't giving me enough attention. As well, if I felt like I was being pushed aside. I wouldn't want to stay in a relationship like that. But then again, for example, if you've been in a relationship with that person for a long time or a while, I feel like it'd be very hard to leave.
Yeah.
Very hard to leave.
Will it be hard to leave because you care about them or because you care about their feelings?
I'd say you would care about them and their feelings just because you have a connection with them. No, because you have a connection with them and you don't want to toss all that away, you know? Or
some people just don't want to start over.
Yeah.
Because once you've been with someone for so long, going back out, shit's different. Like, I don't know, I feel like shit changes when you're with someone for so long, and then when you want to put yourself out there, you don't know what it's like to try to get back with, or trying to get with someone, because you've been so comfortable with that one person. You don't know if you, like, let's say
you can adjust to someone else.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even love, it's just because you're comfortable with that person and you just
So
used to
compatibility more so than anything else. So do you think it would be better to stay despite the discomfort or leave and try something different?
I would feel
Although
guilty.
that's a little
I would feel
guilty for leaving or guilty for staying?
Guilty for leaving because I would be hurting their feelings, because what if they're like in love with me?
Okay, I got a question, but y'all all three have to answer. And it's only, you had to pick one or the other. You can't, I don't want an explanation yet. Okay, so is it better for you to stay despite the discomfort? And so I won't say you have one foot in, one foot out, but you're always constantly thinking about leaving? Or is it better to leave and then just try something else? Which one do you think is better?
Leave.
Wait, can you speak up? That was like...
Leave. Like,
Okay.
leave.
You said it like under... I barely had it. I'm right here.
For me, it's so hard.
I'll let you answer because she's going coughing up.
Stay despite the discomfort.
I would stay as well.
That's
Well, because some people are willing to, like, kind of work it out, you know.
My thing is, if it's something that's consistent, is it going to change? We're
Wait,
adults.
what would it be though?
That's hard. I don't know.
Maybe
Depends
like-
on the type of person you are.
Like,
maybe they
you know
don't
what's
tie their shoes.
What's a big one? Communication. Some people just don't want to stick with someone because they don't know how to fucking communicate.
That would hit her chest.
She's like,
I thought she was gonna transform
like,
or something.
you know, shit. Like, people. Some people just can't deal with someone that's not good at communicating. Some people just don't want to deal with it. And if that person's not willing to change, I mean, I'll dip on them too, because it's like,
You can't change someone. They have to change.
Yeah, they got
personal experience. What if the person's not? What if the person's what if the person's not good at communicating their feelings, but they're good at showing? If that makes sense.
Well, that's why you try to find a way to understand it.
So you're trying to communicate with them, kind of like what if they were deaf? I mean, that's a stretch. But
like, how about this?
You're trying to speak to them in sign language.
There's some people that would are like, let's say, like expressing themselves, like their feelings. Some people express their feelings through like giving. You know, some people do that, but when some people, it shows like, you know, people that are affectionate, and like I know someone that's not affectionate at all, but they're like caring and giving, but they're not like, they won't sit there and fucking hug you and hold your hand because that's just not something they're.
That's just not my vibe.
Yeah, someone that just doesn't mean they don't love you, doesn't mean they don't want to be with you. It's just some people show their shit differently.
Just
partially how you were raised. Everyone has like the different love languages.
Yeah, love languages, but I mean, some people just can't deal with it. That's why I feel like some people just be cheating on people because
their love languages don't.
Ooh,
yeah,
spicy question.
Yeah, it doesn't connect.
Would it be? Nah, that's a terrible question. That puts you in a compromise. Nah, never mind. I was thinking about it. It's just a bad question because no matter that. Well, one answer is correct and the other answer is correct. It's not like debatable question. There's only one correct answer. I was gonna say, would it be better if you stayed but had like a nigga on the side, or if you just left and then ended the relationship? But you know what I mean? It's terrible. I was trying to formulate. I didn't get to finish the thought.
Anyone's okay with cheating is the thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to bring it back to the fact that she's supposed to be defending women, and she's supposed to be defending women. She's with us, so it really don't matter. She cool. You know, he's part of us. She's on our team.
I have a question. Okay, so let's say if you and your partner take a break, right?
Mm-hmm. There's no such thing as breaks. Y'all are just breaking.
Yes.
There's no such thing as breaks.
Okay.
Yo, she's on the team.
Hypothetically, if y'all were to take a break, let's say like a month or two break, and
y'all just broke up, bro. That's a bio.
No, hold on. And you got with someone else, and then you guys got back together. Like, do you think your partner should be mad at you if you were to get with someone else during that break period?
Before we answer, you two answer.
Well, like, I mean, if y'all like said, "Oh, let's just break up to work on each other and this and that," but you go around messing around with other people, that's not called working on yourself. That's just called you're exploring your options. Yeah. That's not.
I wouldn't say this.
Well,
no. We gotta shut up.
Yeah.
Wait.
I just have something.
What was the question?
So for example, if you and your partner were to take, like, for example, a break of like 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, and they were to, you know, get with someone else, do you think you would be okay with that?
I'd be hurt, but like I would want to know what's the reason why you wanted to take a break.
For me, I mean, real quick, for me, there's no coming back after that.
What?
You're cut off.
That's a bio.
No, like, but if you're cut off,
I have a small question.
Okay, let him ask his question. Let him ask his question before I react. Let me think about it.
So now, but my thing is, who initiated the break?
What if the girl initiated the break?
Okay, if the girl initiated the break and I'm the one that wasn't agreeing with it, but she forced it, she shouldn't care who I talked to.
Well, first and foremost is your discomfort, the fact that he talked to someone, and you're insecure about him talking to someone else, or because you know that person, or is it because you value yourself less because he talked to someone else?
I feel like it'd be like,
because to me, either way, it's insecurity. That's a personal issue.
It's just the thing that just is what's it called with me is if they initiate the break, but I'm the one that's like, we don't need it, but she's like, yo, we're taking this fucking break, and then I'm like, you know what, alright, but if you find out I fucked around with someone or I was talking to someone while we're on this little break and we get back together, don't get mad because you're the one that was wanting the break from our relationship when we could have worked shit out, we could have worked things out, but you needed a break. Because I mean, the only thing I allow breaks is when it comes to mental health. That's the only thing that's like, okay, she got some shit going on, I understand. Some people like their not privacy, they like their space. Some people need that, and some people don't understand that. So when you have someone like, I'd say for me, example, if I'm trying to like, not legit force myself to be able to help, but if I want to help, but you're not down for it, that's when I'll be like, okay. But if you want to take a break and it's not, it's versus just some dumb shit, like we've been fighting, and you want to take a break, yeah, no. I don't care who I talk to. If you have an issue with that, that's on you. You shouldn't have taken a break with me.
So how does the break thing work? I don't get that. Because to me, that doesn't make any sense. If you're in a relationship and you're trying to be in a committed relationship, breaking up to solve your personal issues to get back together doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Because if you're trying to stay together, per se, you know, the whole romantic, corny thing forever, then what's the point of splitting apart now?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Because
that's supposed to be your backbone.
You would probably be like, no backbone. Like, you're basically saying that as soon as y'all have problems and like that, y'all gonna want to break up.
That's like building a house with no foundation. As soon as the earth shakes real quick, the whole house goes.
Yeah.
What if they had issues, like constant issues, the same issues over and over and over again?
See, what that is insanity. That's doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Yeah.
That's a personalized issue. You can't change a person. You can help them along the way, but change happens internally. They have to decide that they want to be different. If they don't decide that they want to be different, then nothing's going to change. It's always going to be temporary. It's going to be something that's initiated, and then as soon as something hits the fan, or as soon as something triggers it, they're going to go back to what they always do, because that's what they know. You do what you're trained to do within your mind. That's why when we go to school, we practice things. Repetition is how our brain works. So whatever you practice and repeat, that's what you're going to do when you get out there on the field. So, with that in mind, you can't expect someone to change when all they've done is the same thing their entire life. You have to have them adjust with you physically, emotionally, however it's going to work. You have to slowly adjust with them. You have to work with them. But they have to show that they're willing to adjust by stepping out of whatever they're in and trying something different. Yeah. Now, per se, say that's alcohol. You got to stop drinking and find something else to give you that same sort of, passive feeling you get from drinking or drugs or whatever it is. Say they get off by like shooting birds. I don't know. You got to find something else that alleviates the pressure of you aiming. Go do like, I don't know, darts, something else. You got to find something to fill that void without trying to drastically replace it, because when you do that, it tends to lead to backlash, because they tend to lash out and do something crazy because they really want to go back to what it is. That's why when you try and just take someone that does drugs their whole life and you try and take them out of it, they back out. They're just like, because they got withdrawal? They just like act out in aggression because it's like they don't know what to do. That's what they've been clinging on to their whole life. That's why people struggle to get off cigarettes. When you've been attached to this to keep you calm your entire life, how do you get calm by yourself?
Motherfucking nicotine fiends right there. People, that shit throws me off how that happened. But I mean, addictions, what's it called? That's a whole other subject.
Yeah, I was about to get back to the cheating thing. So like, on a female perspective, I forgot my question. You asked a question. I had a really good question, but I forgot it.
My mind went blank when you went off for a second.
About
it was about female, because we're talking about relationships, females, cheating and that. So like, say your guy cheats on you. Excuse me, what the hell? Hypothetically, fucking you didn't hear it, bro.
I did hear it. I'm beside you.
Okay, say you're 5 years in. Y'all been having problems for like the past 6 months. And then you found out he cheated like 4 months inside the problems. And so 2 months after he cheated 4 months ago, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, so he cheated at 4 months, y'all are at 6 months now. You find out 2 months later. Do you just instantly pack up and leave, or do you try and work it out?
Fuck no.
Leave.
Sorry. Once they cheat, it's done.
Yo, I'm asking them.
My bad.
What are you doing?
I would
5 years in.
I would say leave. Like, because that's
well,
not
why?
love.
Why? Elaborate.
It's like, it's not love at that point. It's just more of an attachment. Just together because of the time.
Yeah, and you guys have been comfortable with each other for so long. And I mean, I understand the part of where, for example, the other person wanted to find something different and they weren't happy in their relationship, but I don't think it's right to go behind their backs and just cheat. Like, that shit is not right.
Okay, hypothetically, say the roles were reversed and you were the one that slipped up. Hypothetically, so don't come out with this like, yeah.
She didn't answer that.
Oh, shoot, you right. Yeah. Go ahead, speak up.
I don't know. I'll try to work things out, because of the 5 years that we've been together, I would want to know why you did what you did. Was it something that I did because of the 6 months? I don't know. I would try to work it out.
I can respect that. I know
But
they
then
can't.
I
But I
also
can.
see
I can.
her point how the attachment would be.
Because
Attachment
sometimes you're not
issues.
even in love with that person anymore. It's just the attachment.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
think
it is.
at that point, if you cheat and you're together for that long, that love is gone.
Yeah.
There's because how the fuck are you gonna cheat after we've been together for 5 years? I understand if it's some like 6 month shit.
Yeah, like if
Yeah,
you've
you
been
do
together
that.
It's cool.
But like this is not some high school relationship. Y'all together for 5 years. So having that's like
Well, see, having a bunch of family members that I know and seeing some of their relationships build up and some of their relationships deteriorate. Like, I ain't gonna say no names, but I have one uncle. Him and my aunt, they have a numerous amount of kids. And after, I want to say, the second kid they had together, they have 7. And I want to say, this could be wrong, I could be inaccurate, but I want to say it's somewhere around after the second kid they have together, every kid that they had together after that, so the remaining 5, he had like 1 or 2 others to pair with it. So he's got like 15. But he obviously can't pull off. But if you met him and saw how their relationship worked and you went to their household, honest to God, like I could put my hand on the Bible right now. You would honestly look at him and you would say, I'm not surprised.
I mean,
How about, like, let's just say this. Whoever he's with, that woman, your aunt or whatever, she has no self-love for herself. Like, literally, she does not love herself.
I wouldn't say that.
She doesn't.
well, I know people that stay just because they do it for their kids.
Yeah,
I don't even know what it is for anymore.
Actually,
Not
Because
that I
some
say that
people
shit.
don't.
I mean, I
because
think they're working.
there's people that don't want to ruin their household
care.
because of the actions that they did, and they don't want their kids to go through that.
Yeah.
Having a single parent,
yeah,
that
but like
basis-
you also gotta think about it. If there is cheating going on, and let's say they're always arguing, they're gonna have their kids in that toxic household. So it's not really.
It's not
a good thing. Yeah.
It's not gonna produce flowers if you sitting there with like
That's why you don't let the kids find out. That's why.
But they're gonna have to find out something.
Yeah, they'll find out one of these. They'll find out. Usually when families like when couples like that like split, it's usually they wait till they're done with school. Maybe or they're deep in school. They're just like, all right, well, we've been planning on doing this shit for a while now. So now that you're not in school no more.
I have a friend whose parents were together up until we had graduated, and after we graduated, their parents split.
Yeah. There's relationships that people are just not happy in, but they do it, they sacrifice that shit just to make the ones around them happy, just to make which I don't agree with.
Do you think you could do it? Like,
Fuck
just
no.
quick question, do you think you could do it?
I would love my kids, but if I'm not in love with their mother, I'm not gonna be unhappy when I can wait. I'm not gonna waste my time with someone that I can go find someone else I could be happy with.
Damn, that's a fire.
I mean, it's true.
Ale, you think
know
you would
what?
sacrifice it for the kids?
I'll sacrifice my husband, quote unquote, for my kids' happiness, because that you're not gonna get that happiness with him. You're only gonna get it with your kids. So I'll sacrifice myself for them.
Tough, because I have a personal experience, and I don't mean to get into this. It's not like my family's gonna watch it, but
Oh damn.
Yo, what the hell?
but
You're not gonna tell them that you got involved in some podcasts. Now we're like,
Definitely
Well,
take your brother
okay,
at least.
so
That's my nigga.
I have family, right? That the parents stayed for their kids, so I understand their part. But I feel like nowadays, like modern days, and in modern day relationships, I feel like they wouldn't stay for the kids. They'll be like, whatever, like I don't care, like I'll leave.
I mean,
But
not to interrupt, but on that perspective, if we're being honest, they're not even together to begin with. They're dating. They're not married. In modern day relationships, most couples don't get married. They just stay together because they had kids.
But I feel like I would stay for the kids just because I had a personal experience, so I would stay for the kids and sacrifice my happiness.
What you doing here?
I mean, if we tried everything to fix the relationship and it's just going to the same thing, gotta leave. I gotta find someone that's gonna fulfill my heart.
I can respect.
I mean,
that.
it's just like, imagine coming home, my wife's coming, I'm in bed waiting for her, and she's
keep
like,
it a buck.
I just got some dick. I'm like,
Well, I mean,
At that rate, you
keep it a
gotta leave.
buck.
I'm like, because I'm pretty sure there's
keep it hot. If it's me, I'm leaving. I'm taking the kids.
Honestly,
she can visit.
Honestly, at that point,
no offense,
you might as well become fucking swingers at that point. Like, if you and your wife are both cheating on each other, you might as well.
No, but that's not what I said. But
I know, but I'm just saying.
Hypothetically, that is possible.
If that were to happen,
well, that's not for everyone though. Not everyone would.
I mean, that's just odd. Imagine having
that just
someone
takes
like
the patience, and that just takes like patience and a level of sympathy and empathy I don't have. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I just like to do me, and I'm not about to sit there and just have to do what you do with you, and like that's just not.
I don't know. I guess I
wouldn't want my kids around that. Like, my kids are everything. Like, no.
Yeah.
I ruin my kid's life, I'll kill you.
Oh shit! Not kill.
That's for anybody. That's not even a joke. That's
with me. I care
I
too
kill
much.
you or you kill me. One of us going down.
I care too much with that. I can't have like of course I don't want my kid to be in a divided household, but I'm not gonna.
What if you like Real Madrid and your wife likes Barca?
Sports will not divide my family.
That divides family. There's people that divorce on sports, but go ahead.
Really?
Yeah. I'll just suck it up and be a fan of whatever she's a fan of, because I mean that's how it comes out. But I was like, I have like my jersey underneath her jersey and shit like that.
I ain't doing all that. She gonna have to suck it to me.
But I don't know. I can't be with someone that's doing me dirty, than me deciding to be like, you know what, I'm not gonna ruin this with my kid. Time out. I overthought what I was gonna say.
That was probably my fault.
Yeah, with the whole but like, I don't know. I can't sit there and because I know if my son finds out, or daughter, my kid's probably gonna think I'm a bitch. I'm not like, I don't do anything about this.
They're probably gonna think it's fine.
Maybe when you're young,
that's another
13,
thing.
Maybe.
But they're gonna think like, because damn, do I want to talk about this? Because my family does watch my shit.
Yeah,
I mean, it's okay. You don't have to call out names.
Well, it's a specific. They're gonna know. So, like, let's say for my,
You're not calling them out. You're just simply elaborating on.
There's a person in my family that a lot of me and my brothers are close with, that we all agreed not to be like when we decide to have kids and have a family and not do
that's like that.
what that person did with his family. Mm-hmm. So. That's why, like, I feel like a lot of people shouldn't do that, because you're having this, you're committing to something
that you can't commit to.
That, or you're just gonna be miserable. Because why decide to be miserable just to make someone else happy? Not saying, I mean, yeah, it's selfish, but sometimes I feel like you do have to put yourself first before a lot of other things. And I feel like just because if you're in a divided household, doesn't mean the kid is going to be unhappy. Doesn't mean the family's going to be unhappy. I've been in a divided household. Well, my parents were never married, but we were always good. You know, we were always straight. Everything was always good. My mom, she took care of us the way she did with 5 kids, and my stepdad popped up a little later on. But, you know, and my dad, he was there, but just like,
he was absent in terms of emotional support.
Yeah, he was never on emotional
that's
support.
The issue. No matter what, there's always going to be an issue.
Yeah. And you know, I don't blame him, because, you know, he had 4 other kids before he had 4 with my mom.
Yo, he needs condoms.
My dad has. I have 13 siblings. My mom has 4 plus me, so 5, and then my dad has
8.
No,
7.
No, he has 11.
Oh,
pussy clot.
No. Because I'm counting the 4 with my mom. My mom has 1 separate before she got with my dad. Then she had 4 with my dad. Then before my dad got with my mom, he had 4. So he already had 8 when he got with my mom. As he finished off with my mom, and then had 3 separate. Had 4 separate with 4 separate women. Oh. Yeah, my dad, he doesn't pull out. He's a charming. Hey, if you ever meet my dad, he's a charming ass dude. He'll charm the fuck out of you. My dad's 60. He just turned 61.
Still getting coochie.
Yo, and if you ever look at him, he looks like he's probably in his early 50s. Like, he keeps himself in shape. Like, my dad, he is probably someone that a lot of people be like, yo, I'm gonna be like that when I get older. Fuck no. That's
maybe the look, but definitely not the charisma.
Yeah, my dad, but he's never been a terrible father, you know. And I feel like if you were in a divided household, you're not going to be a terrible parent if you're kind of somewhat a little absent in some kids' lives. It happens, you know. Shit happens. You have work. You have, you know, you have.
But wait. My question is. My question is, if a woman sees that a guy has already had multiple kids with like other women, why would she think that she would be like the one to make him settle down?
Because my dad is a charming.
Because women.
Okay.
No, I've noticed, or I've caught that women
you.
always think they're that girl. Women always think that they're that girl that's gonna hook that guy and make him fall in love with her. Women always think that they're gonna be Snow White. They're
That they
gonna be
can change a person.
the Princess and the Frog. They're gonna be Fiona. They're always gonna be that girl. It's like, why are you trying to be that girl? Why not just? No one wants to be like everybody else because that's not special. Mm-hmm. And women always have this idea that they're gonna be the special chick. I don't know why.
My mom used to say the same thing to me because in a previous or a past relationship, my mom would always, no, not past relationship, but like I had this thing when I was in school that I would always mess around with like a lot of damage or hoes, or I messed with the wrong girl. And then my mom, every time I come home, talk about the girl, my mom's like, oh, get his fucking cape. It's Captain Save-A-Ho. And I'm like, yo.
Mom's vibes, bro.
I'm like, bro.
I love that.
And it's like, you can't change someone. And I learned the hard way.
We gotta make a picture, have you as Captain Save-A-Ho.
Captain Save-A-Ho fucking cape and everything. Yeah, you cannot change a person. You can either deal with them.
You can influence them to change.
Or you can't
change them.
Yeah. Because some people are so demanding about it though too.
What about change?
I think girls are more demanding than guys.
We get off topic. Keep it a buck. We're going way off topic. Now we gotta focus on cheating though.
Wait, so do you think a hoe will always be a hoe?
No. I think they can change.
You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. I've learned that.
Yeah, you can.
No, the fuck you can't.
Maybe not New York, but you can't here.
Time out. What? No.
Yo,
can you turn a hoe into a housewife?
Cardi B is damn near a housewife.
That's a celebrity. I'm talking about regular people. What the fuck? I'm talking about the person.
There's a difference though of levels of,
How?
There's different levels. If she's like,
we're like disrespecting all women. Keep it a buck.
No, but so you're talking about if she's like on the deep level where she's like with 5 guys at the same time.
See, the issue with that is most girls that are like that tend to be damaged. They tend to have some sort of sexual assault background, or they witnessed it, and so they tend to act out on what they witnessed. So that if all they see or grew up with was sex, that's all they're going to chase after, because you're a product of your environment naturally. So if all you see is damage, that's what you want, because that's what's natural to you. You're not going to go outside your environment to go get something new, because that's not what we do as creatures. We just we go based off of habit. So if all you see is sexual assault and rape, and that's what you grew up around, then that's what you're going to settle in, that's what you're going to be comfortable in. So you have to take her out of that whole scenario and get her to realize that it's okay to be something different. And that's hard.
I think not with that, what you're saying, I think nowadays, trying to take people out of that toxic environment, it's very difficult because nowadays people consider that weird. If you're normal, people consider that weird.
Facts.
Like you're not like it's like bro, it's like yo. Let me take you on let me take you a nice day, get some flowers and some shit.
You want to just have sex right here? Like
she's like the fuck. I thought you were just gonna take me in the back of your car and
bathroom. Like
I know
what are you talking about, bro?
Like, bro, it's like let's go look at the lake. Oh, you want to go take me on a bench park and do me right there? It's like no, I want to go skip some fucking rocks or something. Like, damn. But I mean, it's hard. Like
I think the issue is social media. The way society is so sexualized nowadays. What the hell, Sprite?
Sneaky link.
Sneaky
link. What is sneaky link?
Sneaky link. What? Sneaky link.
What is that?
You fucking.
It's like
you already know I don't keep up what's going on right now. I don't even know what TikTok is.
You just like meet up with people in secret.
Yeah, you don't want people to find out.
I know there's a game in Jamaica called Hide and Go.
What?
Yeah.
Hide and go fuck?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yo, if you get a dude, that's just go home, bro.
Sneaky.
But you probably gotta have an equal amount. You probably gotta have all the girls run and all the guys chase, or something like that. You know.
Or like.
Well, obviously, if you're homosexual, that's different. But
let's go ahead and stay away from that. Let's go.
No, I'm just saying. Obviously, it's gonna be different.
Let's go back on topic about.
I'm just being honest, bro.
Slow your roll there, buddy.
Keep 100.
But what was I gonna say?
So what do you think would be the difference between men and women being motivated to cheat? I know what I said, but what do you think personally?
I feel that men would cheat because I would also agree with you over sex. Let's say if their partner isn't pleasuring them or they aren't happy in their relationship, they don't have the same sex drive with their partner. I don't know. I feel like men are more motivated to cheat because they aren't happy in their sexual life.
Wait, what do you mean by more? You mean more motivated as in that's why they're motivated? Or are you saying more than...
She's saying they're more motivated to cheat because they're not happy with their sex life.
I thought she was saying more than women. I was like, that's cap. But...
Oh, no.
Well, because you never have a woman say, "Oh, I cheated on him because sex was whack." Like,
actually, a lot of women leave the relationship because the dick's not good. A lot of women do.
Damn. Well, I'm talking about being upfront about it. Usually, they'll come up with some shit, but then they'll end up eventually.
Yeah, that's the real reason. They'll be like with their sister.
But usually, girls will be like,
they'll
be like, "Oh, he couldn't communicate or some shit," or. But yeah, so
it's like really his dick was
if you want to answer that question too, what Camar was saying. What do you think?
Aris, you go ahead. Since you're trying to hide behind this veil, that's not.
I don't know.
You don't know. Well, that's not an answer.
Literally, the question left my mind.
No, I feel like
okay.
Women just tend to search for love, like an actual affection. Someone who's willing to be with you, love you.
Let me put up a hypothetical real quick. You have a man who does all the providing for you.
Okay.
So you will never want or need for anything. Anything on this planet you want, you can get it.
From him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He provides good dick appointments.
Okay.
But there's no public affection. He's not really a kisser. I forgot the other thing I was going to say.
Like in public?
Public, not really private. He's not going to come, homie, I'm home. None of that. He's kind of, it's almost like y'all are roommates almost. Outside of
the attention that he doesn't give you the attention.
He doesn't give you that affectionate attention, but there's nothing you'll ever want. Sex is great. Everything else is fine. Are you staying or are you leaving?
Staying. I would stay, because not everybody is.
So the affection is unnecessary. The emotional stuff all unnecessary. You're not going on a date.
Why do I care
He's
about
not bringing you flowers. None of that. Well, I mean, if you ask for flowers, he's not going to be all romantic about it. He's going to leave the flowers on the table and go about his business. That's cool. He's not gonna
come home from work and he's not gonna sit down and watch a movie with you and cuddle and shit.
None of that. None of that. Y'all sleep in the same bed, but he's not gonna cuddle up with you. You smash. Y'all have two separate blankets. Y'all dang.
No.
He basically has a pillow between y'all two. Motherfucker likes his space. That's what he's saying.
But you never want for any. You don't even have to work. God dang. He's got everything covered.
Like a rich man.
He doesn't have to be rich.
I mean,
if he's providing
to her. My thing is like,
that's a rich man.
But that's not the case. You can be rich in character without being rich in money. A poor man.
No, she's saying
a poor man that really cares about his wife will find.
You said provide.
Provide. So
that's
my thing is
paying my bills.
But my thing is, obviously, I'm not saying he's pulling up in a Lambo every day because that's what you want. Like that's absurd. That's stupid. That defeats the purpose of the question. The point is in terms of basic necessities and normalized wants, not like yachts and all that other foolishness, normalized wants, but there's zero emotional affection whatsoever.
No. Then no.
Then you're leaving?
I'd leave.
Mm-hmm. So you'd rather be with a man that can't provide and he's always struggling, but he'll give you the emotional support?
Yes.
You made it kind of hard.
I know. I made it hard.
So
I would try
y'all
to
are both
motivate
working
them.
like 2 9 to 5.
Time out.
There's not enough hours in the day.
Now here's with that. So you're basically saying either have the affection, but he struggles
in every other department. His dick's little, the whole thing.
Jesus Christ! I mean, affection can only get you so much.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to make it as drastic as possible. So, is it only affection that matters,
or
does all the other stuff have to have like? What I'm saying is like, say we're trying to build like the perfect man. Does he have to have 5 stars in affection? If he has 2 stars and everything else is okay, or does it all have to be like 3 star? What's the basis? I'm trying to get down to the nitty gritty. Like, let's get down to it.
If he's the perfect man, he better be stable. He better have some good dick. He better.
I mean, let's keep it a buck.
If he's affectionate, if he provides for me, if he's loving, that's the perfect man.
Okay, so let's eliminate Christian Grey post the series. And let's get back to the real stuff.
Richard Floyd.
You said the perfect man.
well, my thing is,
you kind of describing him.
my thing
That's how
is,
he was.
yeah, at the end of the series, Christian Grey at the end of the series.
Who the fuck is that?
50 Shades of Grey at the end of the.
I just never watched
Forget
it.
it.
Sorry.
The point being
You
is,
should watch it.
Like, because in the beginning
So,
he's cold and like.
so would you rather have Christian in the first movie or like Dom?
Dom, like,
Yeah, like
Fast
Fast
and
and Furious.
Furious.
Yeah. Families, everything, all that corny stuff.
Neither.
I mean, obviously. Nigga,
I mean,
but
they're just both different.
I don't mean like their
every
actual characters. I'm
aspect.
just saying like. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, like
does
family
the
and then
affection
money.
outweigh everything else, or does it have to
Well,
be
time out.
balanced?
The whole Dom thing and shit. That's a whole different thing. Cause that's like
No, because he will do everything to take care of his family, make sure
Okay.
everything's okay. That's what I mean.
That's a good
Then
person.
I go with Dom.
I go with Dom.
Damn.
Even though the dick's small, the whole shebang.
Why does a dick have to be small?
You're so.
I mean,
you're so
that's the
annoying.
stereotype. The dick's little, so it's not gonna work. I mean, I'm sorry. Okay,
mean,
so
are
he's
you trying
terrible
to
at
say
sex.
something?
2 strokes and it's over.
Are you
What
trying
else
to
do you
say
want?
something? Like,
Who?
are you
Me?
trying to put
I'm
something
good.
into
No.
perspective? Are you trying to put something into perspective?
Darlene's
I mean,
face. He was like, basically what I'm saying is, it was okay if he has a small dick.
Hey, look.
stop.
Y'all can't say no, but y'all can't say big girls leaving the too. Little dicks need love too. What y'all talking about?
Okay. Do you guys
Little
think
dicks are there to be
size
sucked.
matters? Do
Who?
you guys think size
We should be
matters?
asking y'all that. Oh, she's asking you. Aris, you go first.
Do y'all think like size matters?
No comment.
That's not an answer. Just say yes or no.
Just like he really wants to know this shit.
Like,
No, I mean that's literally not an answer,
I
bro.
can't-
Just
I
say
can't-
yes or no.
I can't really provide.
Okay.
You can't provide dick,
Come on,
obviously. Just say yes or no.
She's
don't
like,
gotta
you know my
elaborate.
stories.
You don't have to
Yeah,
elaborate. My
that's
thing is,
fine.
you don't have to elaborate. Just say yes or no and say next.
Or okay, or she can think about it. Okay, Alejandra, what do you think?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
We know. Oh, anyway.
What?
I said we know.
Actually,
I feel okay.
Eris said it
go.
matters.
Okay.
She says she likes schlongies. You know.
come on, I did not say that. I said it's
What do you mean
I-
50-50?
I feel
Either
like
it matters or it don't, bro. It's not.
No, I
either
feel like
50.
size doesn't matter. I feel like it's about the motion of the ocean. No, the ocean.
Okay.
yeah, because I
The
mean,
motion
he
of the
could-
ocean.
He could
No,
have
obviously
this
that's the
will be
case. If
garbage.
he can't
Bro.
stroke, then it's not gonna work.
What?
I said if he can't stroke, then it's not gonna work. Does time matter?
How fast he finishes?
Yeah, how fast he ejaculates.
Hey, I was thinking about the relationship. Never mind.
I was going back to
Why
the
is Camar going
stupid
into dirty shit?
Okay.
Like,
How is this dirty? This is called sexual
This is
reproduction.
real.
This is
Okay.
sexual. I even use the proper.
My fucking family knows that size matters to me right now. Oh my god.
I even use the proper terms. Does ejaculation time matter?
What the?
I feel like it's all about the foreplay and
Foreplay's
just the
rubbish.
time leading
Don't
up
believe
to
that.
it.
Foreplay's rubbish.
Bro, I just-
I don't
No
know.
one agrees with that, bro. She's like spot on with that shit. No one like takes time into foreplay, bro. Y'all be just want to just stick it in and
Yeah.
then that's it.
Yeah.
I didn't say that's what I'm about. I'm just saying.
I mean, no, I'm not attacking you.
Yeah.
Just saying, shit's trash.
you,
Okay,
you
let's
literally-
wrap this up.
You literally like, like,
I tried to
over
tap
my-
you.
You
No,
didn't even answer
sorry.
the question, so okay. No, I'm just playing. Just saying. But to wrap this up, I was trying to lead into does sex change your perspective in terms of leaving or staying? Like, if the sex is terrible and everything else is great, are you gonna stay, or do you think your sexual desires would urge you to leave?
If you can make up for it in foreplay,
No. Foreplay is a part of sex. I mean, he provides, he's affectionate, the whole shebang, but the sex is absolutely garbage. 2 seconds is small, whole thing.
Jesus Christ.
come on.
It's a serious question.
So basically, if he lacks the sex, then
So basically, if the sex game is terrible, but the affection, the love,
Everything's
the
great.
providing, everything else is great. Do you
Great
think you stay or
family.
do you leave?
great fucking. This guy will take you on anywhere you want to go, but his
You
shit
don't have
is
to be
just
rich.
terrible.
The kids
Well,
are happy.
apparently, like, if
Well,
a
see,
guy is
happy.
lacking in that apartment, he's always gonna be like very like affectionate, like dates, you know.
So
Not
do you
all
think
the time.
so are you
It's something-
suggesting that simps have small dicks?
What if it's something that you can help? What if it's something
Bro, what?
that y'all can practice? What if it's something that y'all can
Sex?
fix?
I think if someone's bad at sex, I feel like the person that they're with, they can just teach them how to do it better.
Yeah.
You can't change the fact that you. I mean, there is things that can help you with time, but you can't change a small dick. Your dick is small. It's small.
Yeah, it's biological. It's not
So
your fault.
like, there's ways that girls can work around that. There's ways that guys can provide in other ways of sex, if they can't use their shit, then I mean, they're gonna have to use something else. Because if they can't do that, yeah. I mean, there's people.
Would you rather him? Nah.
Listen,
for the it's like a multiple choice question.
Yeah,
at this point.
Multiple choice. It was simple.
So,
do you think that's on the basis of sex? Do you think that if everything else, every other department you could think of was doing great, and sex is doing absolutely terrible, are you staying? Are you leaving? That's a yes or no.
But I feel like it's something that can be worked on.
Yeah, that's something you can work around.
The same way that some people just naturally aren't athletic, some people just naturally aren't good at sex. They compensate by being really great in other areas. That's just how life works.
It'd probably be a deal breaker.
Dang. All right.
I'll stay.
Me too.
That dick.
She's like, fuck, I want to go to Paris. I don't give a fuck.
That dick he provides. Okay. In closing, our answers were: who cheats more, men or women?
Both.
That's not it. Okay, we'll come back to you. You know too much.
Okay.
No. That's not. You can't say yes or no and be like, maybe. No. Okay, Ale.
We go with Andrea. She seemed like she had an answer.
I don't know. It could,
We just
I just feel like it just depends on the person that you're with.
But if you had to answer yes or no, men or women, which one are you picking?
It just depends on the person
Stare
and what
at
the type
camera
of
and
person
tell us which one you're picking.
Stare right in that
I
fucking lens right there.
I think it's the type of person they are, their personality. I think it really just depends on the person, because I could say, oh yeah, women cheat more than men, but then men cheat more than women. I think it just depends on the person.
That's cool. In your opinion, who do you think?
She already said it.
No, she said it depends. From your personal experience and your observations, do you perceive men tend to cheat more or women tend to cheat more?
Okay. Women.
Okay. Ale.
I still go with women.
I respect that. Aris.
Sounded so demanding about this shit.
No, because they keep
We already
avoiding-
asked Aris.
How
Oh, no,
they're
she said
avoiding.
maybe.
They're avoiding the answer. I'm not
avoiding it. Like, I'm honestly saying
get what
that I
you're
believe
saying,
it
but
depends
we kinda
on the
need,
person.
Like, we need a one.
But
a yes
it's
or
like
no.
in reality,
From what I've seen so far, men.
Fair play.
What I've seen so far, men.
Huh?
No, I mean like from what I've seen so far, it's men.
I can respect
but women
that.
are more sneaky about it.
Yeah, like that's
Honestly.
what I'm
There's a saying
saying.
that they say, you know how you always catch dogs fucking? And you know how dogs are like referred to men? But when do you ever see cats fucking?
Well, you don't see cats do anything.
That's true.
Because there's some
Because
sneaky
they're
motherfuckers.
sneaky. Oh,
So that means all women cheat. No, I'm just playing.
no, not all women cheat.
Basically.
No.
For the consensus
Sometimes like
videos,
you don't really find out about women cheating because sometimes men are too ashamed to even talk about it.
Men are stupid. They're sloppy, they're stupid, they don't cover their tracks, and that's coming from they're just stupid. Like some of them actually just don't even give a fuck. Some of them are just like, I mean, I get
I guess
caught.
because they think that they know the girl's gonna stay. They just
Yeah.
gonna tolerate it.
That's sad. That's
But the girls who tolerate it, I feel bad for them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like.
that's just
What if
not
that
so
girl's
cool.
you?
Tolerating cheating.
We'll be back for no.
We'll be back. Part 2.
But in closing, women cheat more. But I want to thank you guys for viewing. Their Instagrams will be in the bio, so if you want to go check out their page, although Andrea doesn't have any pictures, yeah, just showed you like that.
I don't have pictures. I don't post anything. I'm shy.
It's cool. We love you guys, and we'll see you next week.